Within the rapidly evolving landscape of responsible investing, the Financial Reporting Council, FRC, has launched a consultation to update the UK Stewardship Code. It's a globally recognized framework which is shaping investor and company engagement. The FRC's update aims to streamline reporting, encourage transparent goal setting, and ensure effective stewardship, so that it balances financial returns with long-term sustainability goals. So what does this mean for your organization as a current or potential signatory? And more importantly, how could these updates transform your stewardship into a lever for delivering value, not just for clients, but for society and environment as a whole? Welcome to ESG in the City, your go-to podcast for all things ESG and sustainable finance. We're here to keep you informed and inspired as you navigate the evolving world of ESG and financial services, all in under 10 minutes.
I'm Maitrai, joined today by Lauren, and today we are covering a significant update, the Financial Reporting Council's consultation on updating the Stewardship Code. This touches on key challenges, new expectations, and the future of stewardship in the UK.
On November 29, 2024, the Financial Reporting Council, or FRC, released a consultation document proposing updates to the UK Stewardship Code. So this code, first developed and introduced in 2010, is a globally recognized framework designed to enhance the quality of engagement in stewardship between investors and the companies they invest in. The code was last updated 5 years ago in 2020 for asset managers and asset owners. The code is backed by 270 signatories, which manage $4 trillion in assets. 40% of these signatories are headquartered outside of the UK and have had a hand in developing other codes internationally as well. It's particularly effective in ensuring the rise of stewardship standards throughout the industry and internationally. The code has therefore been a key driver in a stewardship ecosystem. But why are we updating it now?
So the FRC had committed to updating the code after 5 years of use in 2025 anyway. And the investment landscape has very much significantly evolved dramatically in recent years, between firms putting in more effort into solidifying their ESG risks and opportunities, more targeted investor support for climate change, and the demand for more transparent, measurable outcomes across the industry. The directionality of stewardship is being drastically affected. So along these lines, the FRC intends the updated code to reflect these changes, ensure that principles are driving the right outcomes, and help signatories better address today's challenges while maintaining a high standard of accountability.
So Maitrai, what exactly is changing?
Well, the new proposals set out within the consultation outline 5 substantive changes to the current code and reporting process. Firstly, a revised definition of stewardship. Secondly, a new reporting structure and frequency with 2 new reports instead of 1, a policy and context disclosure, and an activities and outcomes report, which outlines how signatories have sought to apply the principles through the activities taken during the year.
And then I know there's a third, fourth, and fifth point, which third includes the streamlined principles and introduction of reporting guidance. Fourth, a dedicated set of principles for different entities, such as asset owners or managers. And this includes a particular set of requirements for service providers, such as proxy advisors and investment consultants. Fifth, which is last but not least, is the use of references to external disclosures, which I know is becoming more prevalent across the industry. And that concludes our whistle-stop tour of the 5 different recommendations. How has the industry been reacting to these changes so far?
Well, it's safe to say that industry reaction has been fairly positive, aside from the definition of stewardship changing. And the industry is very much cognizant that many of these proposed amendments are intended to make the process of reporting for them easier, make reporting also more streamlined, and also make it more proportional on all fronts.
And what's the contention around the revised definition?
So, indeed, this seems to be the most contentious of the proposals that the FRC has put forward, when it has garnered a wide range of interest and scrutiny across the industry. Broadly, this definition has evolved over time to reflect how market practices changed. The previous definition stated that stewardship was the responsible allocation, management, and oversight of capital to create long-term value for clients and beneficiaries, leading to sustainable benefits for the economy, the environment, and society. There have been many interpretations of these, but some industry players have interpreted this as the primary requirement of stewardship to be the pursuit of environmental and social objectives in and of themselves. However, the primary pursuit of stewardship is very much to support the delivery of financial returns and support fiduciary duty for clients and beneficiaries, and acknowledging that in doing so, there might be benefits for people and planet. So the FRC's proposed definition removes this latter section, accompanying it with supporting language instead.
So Maitri, am I hearing you that there's a greater sense of flexibility around this revised definition?
100%. Signatories' reporting of stewardship activities is expected to provide specific information on how they interpret the definition, as well as how they steward their assets according to their interpretation. On one hand, this is more inclusive of firms that are beginning their ESG and sustainability journey, or potentially have very differing investment objectives. On the other hand, others are hesitant about removing the ESG-related references within the definition because it may weaken the high bar that's been set for sustainability by the UK Stewardship Code so far, and the new definition may also open up the field for financial outcomes to be met through stewardship, maybe at the detriment of people and planet. So there is a sense of requiring balance between redefining stewardship to ensure that there's more transparent conversations about investment objectives, investment beliefs, and strategies, but not at the detriment of sustainability and ESG supporting outcomes.
And what exactly does the new code mean for the practicality of reporting for heads of stewardship going forward?
So multiple changes here can be noted for our listeners. Firstly, the FRC intends to issue specific implementation guidance to support signatories in demonstrating their different approaches to applying the principles. Secondly, the FRC will require 2 reports to be published, the policy and context disclosure and the activities and outcomes report, both to be submitted annually.
And I know, thirdly, with asset managers and owners having different rights, responsibilities, and influence within the investment sphere, the FRC is taking that into account with their changes. I think some principles are particularly key for directing stewardship with an insurer or an asset. And on the other hand, some principles are more geared towards the oversight role that for those managing assets through an external manager.
So Lauren, can you give us an overview of what next steps look like in 2025 and what can we take away from this discussion?
Definitely. So the anticipated consultation began in November last year, and it's due to complete this year on February 28, 2025, inviting feedback from stakeholders across the investment ecosystem. For financial institutions, this is an excellent opportunity to shape the future of stewardship in the UK. Following this, the FRC anticipates publishing the code in the first half of 2025, with an effective date of January 1st, 2026. So for our listeners who may be current signatories, you can continue reporting as usual this year in 2025 to maintain your signatory status until the new code comes into effect next year.
Thanks, Lauren. So, to leave you with our usual food for thought, does redefining and restructuring stewardship requirements make it more inclusive across the financial services industry, or could it risk lowering ESG expectations?
Thanks for listening to ESG in the City. If you found today's episode engaging, be sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions or suggestions for future topics? Connect with us on LinkedIn or email us at esg@novartis.global. We'd love to hear from you.
Here's Maitri.
Here's Lauren.
Signing off for now.
Sustainably yours, Novartis Global.